Hey everyone. First of all, I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. This is a pretty crazy time right now, and I thought I would take this time, since we're not out doing as much photography, shooting, and developing. I know I sent a roll off to the darkroom today, but my local place that I use is closed down now. So I thought maybe I would do a video on my thoughts on black and white versus film photography. So it's not so much black and white versus film. There's no versus. I do both, black and white and film, because they both have, their own thing that they bring, their own strengths and weaknesses. I love them both. I love color photography. I like exploring different color films, especially obviously in the spring and the summer and in the fall, and seeing how different films render different colors on scenes. I also enjoy the natural look that I get from color that is like the portrait films, something that has colors that represent what I actually saw, as versus the colors that I often see from digital prints, which are just overly saturated and they don't look realistic at all, and I don't find that very exciting to look at. So color has its place. Here's a few color shots that I did that I like. Now, black and white, for me, it's a little more powerful. In an odd way, paradoxically, it draws out the truth. Even though we actually see in color, we don't see in black and white. But when I see black and white photographs, I feel like there's a representation closer to truth. And I think that's partly because black and white helps really focus the subject of the photograph. I like that. It brings to me the mood that I'm trying to express. It also gives me a chance to represent isolation that sometimes I'm feeling, or a mystery in a scene that I'm trying to show. I feel like some of my photographs also, when I do black and white, I have a theme of separation that carries through them. Here's a few examples. The other thing I really like about shooting black and white is trying different black and white films and matching them to cameras. And when, for example, if I'm shooting HP5, I probably will use my F5. For some reason it just feels right. I have an old Nikkor with a 35mm lens that I love to shoot something that's real grainy. I shot a roll of Delta 32. You'll have seen some of those photos, or will see some of those photos. So I like exploring the different black and whites and trying to think about which film would go with what kind of project I want to do. So that's, for me, is the draw for it. I have such a connection to it, and it's a powerful medium for me. photographers that I have most admired are photographers from going back a little bit into the 50s. And a lot of them shot primarily just black and white film. So here's a little list of some photographers that if you haven't checked out, check out. You probably have because they're very popular, but these are ones that I look through their work a lot for inspiration. Those photographers, if you only look up one of them and learn about, I would really suggest you look up Vivian Maier. Her work is fascinating, it's incredibly powerful, and there's some real interesting history to her and her photography, which wasn't actually discovered or developed and put out there until after her death. So check her out. She did some amazing stuff. Primarily shot with a Rolleiflex, I believe, and just did some really cool stuff. Okay, so this was short, and I know it wasn't really black and white versus film. It's more of black and white and film, but right now I really love black and white, and I like the feeling I get from it. So let me know what you think. Leave me a comment down below. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you did. I'm going to try and put out at least a video every week or two. And next one will hopefully be a comparison with black and white film that I just submitted to the darkroom. So we'll see how that comes back.